Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Anime Squad podcast. My name is Robbie.
And this is Omar.
And this is David.
And we're bringing you guys the summer season of Animes 2020.
Dun, 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 dun.
We're finally here. All right.
Made it.
All right. Of course, like always, we have our Discord. Be sure to join that for us here. Again, since this is a new season and all, we like to hear your guys' comments, feedbacks, and everything like that. Just chat with us in general.
What you guys think of the new animes?
Yeah, of course. And of course, we also have our Spotify. In case you guys want to hear the audio version of it, that's also there as well. Links down below. So to start things off, it's gonna be a little bit different from last season, because this season we actually have a short.
Yes, for once.
Yes.
We haven't had one for a while, so I was kind of a breath of fresh air to see another short arise.
Yes, and speaking of rising, we're here to talk about the anime is Pītā Grill.
I love that name.
I know. What's the full title of that again?
I'm not sure. It was
Something Pītā Grill.
Pītā
Grill to Kenja no Jikan.
Nice.
Put the English title
Perfect.
right above right here. But basically, this anime was a lot of fun. So it starts off actually the way I kind of saw it. I thought it was gonna be again, not to go off of the trailer, but just to go off the episode itself. I thought it was kind of like the general like generic fantasy anime.
I thought you were expecting what was it? Reviewers?
Yeah, like Ishizoku reviewers.
That's what I thought you guys were expecting.
Yeah, that's what I expected.
That's what I was expecting as well.
Super etchiness right off the bat,
Especially with that opening.
Yeah, exactly. But no, they don't do that.
No.
Maybe later on, though.
Maybe. I mean, we depending on where the series goes so far, but
I like that fact that Pītā Grill's just trying to do what he wants,
Yeah, I mean, I like this because it's a harem anime, but for what we've seen so far, I mean, he's devoted to one woman specifically, and one woman that he's been dating for years. He's planning on getting married with her, but she's pure as a button.
I know the only thing they've done is just hold hands.
She thinks, they've only held hands, and she thinks that babies come from storks. It's like the most you can't get any more pure than that. But the problem is that our main character, Pītā Grill is a man, and other women see that in him.
He's a strong man.
To the point where they decided
he's the world's strongest man.
Yeah, they decided that we want him to birth our children, to father our children, to father our seed, our children.
Make strong
warriors. Make strong babies.
good old strong warriors. And this episode brings to us two ogre sisters that compete for a seed.
Yes.
And he doesn't want any of that because he wants to.
He wants to be with his girl. He wants.
Exactly. He wants to just be monogamous to that one girl. But unfortunately, he's in a compromised situation, and he gets himself kind of tied
in a pickle.
Very, did not work out well for him, and he did the deed.
The dirty deed.
And
he was so depressed after that.
He was depressed. He was a broken man.
I think that's what's funny about this show.
Yeah.
Because like most guys are like, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I can't believe I did with these orcs. And he's like, I can't believe I did it. Oh my God, I regret it.
And they're attractive.
My promise to the girl.
They're
no.
Hot. Yeah, I'll put a picture right here. But they're super attractive. But Pītā Grill, he wants to be devoted to that one girl.
Put the picture of the girl too.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Yeah. No, it was just a solid anime. It was a solid anime because here we have a harem protagonist that doesn't want that life.
He doesn't want a harem.
Yeah. He wants to be with this one girl, but he loses his manliness just takes over. It just kind of
one head's thinking the righteous path, but the other head is thinking, what every man thinks.
Yes.
Jeez.
My mind is like literally my mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes. That's it. That's the anime.
Yep. But I enjoyed it. Pītā Girl's cool MC in my opinion.
Yeah. So what'd you all think? Like overall, like in terms of like rating wise for that first episode.
The rating wise, I think I'll give it a right now for first episode, first episode rating wise 5.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn, nice in the middle.
Just in the middle for now. Just because first episode, it didn't wow me or it didn't disappoint me. It was just straight in the middle.
Nice in the middle. What about you, Omar?
I'm almost at the same page where he is, but it's the first episode, so I gave it a 6. Yeah. It's like a little above average. I like Pītā Girl as the character.
Yeah.
Especially like the ending, how he reacted to everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to see where it goes on from here.
Yeah, I'm also with you there. I'd probably say like 6.5 for me. Like honestly, like this kind of premise and stuff is just so entertaining to watch. I'm hoping that it doesn't grow stale or of any kind. I just kind of want to wait and see.
Or like
see.
It becomes a little repetitive.
Yeah, or it becomes repetitive. So we'll just wait and see kind of where this goes.
So yeah, so this is our first, I guess, short on the podcast.
Yeah. So it's gonna be nice.
Hopefully we stick to it.
Yep.
But then the next 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see about that one.
All right, and then the next anime we're gonna be talking about here is oh boy, this is gonna be a heated one. The Misfit of Demon King Academy.
Oh god.
The Japanese.
Japanese name is Maou Gakuin no Futeki Gosha.
Great. You do those so well.
Thank you. I try. Okay, so unbiased. We're just gonna describe what this is about. So a demon lord that passed away, or basically sacrificed himself 2,000 years ago, is resurrected from that fate into a loving parent's home, and grows up Robin Williams Jack style within a month. Accelerated growth. Within that month, to where the story takes place and all,
he goes to school.
He goes to school. Yeah, he goes to school.
Oh wow, he goes to school.
He goes to school.
That's crazy.
Within that month.
And yeah, he shows off kind of who he is as a person, and but basically he murks everybody. He uses his good old MC power.
Oh no way.
And he annihilates the competition that dare opposes him, because he is indeed the reincarnation of the Demon King. He knows everything. He's basically the resurrection of Jesus, and that's basically the
anime. Go.
Okay, so yeah, all of that. This anime sucks.
So two were enjoyed the episode while one suffered.
Yeah.
Omar's the one that suffered.
I suffered all the way through this anime. I don't know what these two find enjoyable, but
I liked. Okay, so the thing I liked about the anime, I think David could agree with me on this, is the fact that the main character, his name is Anos, by the way.
Yeah,
great name.
Anos Voldegode. He just comes in. He's overpowered, but he owns up to how overpowered he is, and by that I mean he makes a show out of it.
Yeah, and he doesn't chicken out, or he doesn't fear his power. He's like, this is mine.
No, you know what the main character reminds me of? Okay,
This
imagine.
is
so Omar, I have a situation for you. Imagine you're going to a dinner theater, right? You're in a dinner theater.
Okay.
You are the Knights of the Round Table dinner theater, whatever that thing is called, right?
oh, medieval times.
Yeah, medieval, yeah. And then you're eating your dinner, and then all of a sudden you see performance comes in. You want the performers to be hammed up, right? So that way you could, enjoy your meal and just kind of like see how hammed up that performance is. That's basically it. That's Demon King Academy, right there.
Okay, yes, I see your point. But in that performance, they built up to it. They built to, you see these knights, all of that. They build up to the great finale. This show just already starts off there. They don't wooze me in. They don't introduce me to the character.
Because he was reborn, man.
He only had a month. He's only a month old.
He's a month old.
He's an infant.
For a 1 month-year-old, he knows everything and all things. I don't understand. I don't know. It's probably just me. I don't like the whole overpowered character where he just there's no challenge. There's no like build up to it. It's like like they introduce a new character. He's like, oh, we're gonna beat you up, and then it's like bam, like that instantly. He wipes them out. Not even a flinch. Beat him up.
He beat up Gilgamesh Ultra real good.
Yeah, there was this character that he thought he was a big shot and stuff. He kept going and going harassing him and stuff. He was like, hey, back off. I don't want to deal with you. He still kept going. And I guess it's more of a learning kind of thing to that guy, more than the overpowered thing. It was like more of a conflict between this guy trying to...
Emphasis on error.
Being an asshole. He kept being an asshole, so he had to teach this guy a lesson. And then he ended up teaching him the lesson by killing him.
The lesson of life.
Killing him, resurrecting him, resurrecting him.
No, it's funny too because he started off with just using his heartbeat. His
heartbeat, yeah.
His heartbeat, the sound of it, his heartbeat, to just damage him.
Yeah, that was the beginning
and then eventually he's
so
like,
dumb.
you know what?
Then he snaps him, and then he falls apart. I was like, damn.
Like fall apart, he just kills him, and then he just 3-second rule, just like you drop like a chip or whatever on the floor. Oh, 3-second rule. So there you go, you're brought back to life.
But yeah, that's what I got. He was just trying to teach that guy a lesson, like, don't mess with me, stop messing with me. Even though I'm the new guy.
Hearing you guys, I could see the enthusiasm of you guys watching this. This is the exact opposite of what I was watching. Because I don't know, man. The whole heartbeat, the whole, 3-second rule, I was not feeling it, man.
Well, that was just stupid funny.
Yeah.
No, but I cared at least about that little confrontment between that guy and him.
Okay, that's episode.
And then when it came
about episode 2 though,
we'll get to there. we still need the.
Oh yeah,
we still need the older brother too when he fought him, because he thinks he was big shot as well.
But if you think about it, what happens to the older brother? You could just guess a mile away what's gonna happen to him. There's no suspension. There's no build up to it. It's like, what's the point of watching it? That's my opinion. And then the second, I'll take over. Then the second episode, they introduce another character, which is probably a main character. It's this girl, twin tail tsundere.
Wait, no. We'll talk about episode 2 right now. That's gonna be a setup.
Yeah, so there's 2 episodes of this anime.
We'll talk about that right after.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still done. We're not done with 1. Oh, go, Ravi.
Yeah. So all in all, well, actually, no. You know what? We should save the rating until after episode 2, because I gotta.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. So going off to episode 2 though, again, unbiased version here. It continues off because this anime got, I guess, had another episode that happened. I guess we missed out on episode 1 last week, but anyway. So episode 2, we get introduced with the twin tail tsundere that was hinted at the end of the first episode. Her name is Sasha, and we see the main character Anos hanging out with the girl that he met in the first episode, Misha. And it turns out in that episode, that Misha is actually a doll, I guess, that was created. And then MC dude and Anos, he's like, oh, I don't care about that.
Yeah, because I'm the MC.
I'm the MC, so I
got MC powers over here.
Yeah, you don't understand. Well, how do you know if dolls have souls or not? And then they have a Fire Emblem like duel because the twin tail girl.
It's not a duel.
Sasha. Yeah, no, it was a slaughter. It was a slaughter because like literally he goes in and he just like grabs the.
But yeah, we forgot it. We forgot to say the teachers were owls.
Oh yeah, they're the owls from Owls of Gold.
That's the only cool part of that show.
But no, the Anos. So they have like a fortress to fortress duel. So it's basically like Fire Emblem, but the MC guy gets out of his castle and he just grabs the castle and they have like a defense barrier and everything, but he just ignores the barrier and just grabs the castle just like in a little chokehold or whatever and just picks it up and just starts like spinning it in his finger and just tosses it.
Yeah, it spins it like a baseball.
Yeah, like a baseball.
Who would have saw that coming? Let me tell you how this guy did.
and then like yeah, he just slaughters them completely. And then like the tsundere like main character, the tsundere girl, you know, Sasha, she went from like, oh, I hate your guts, you should grovel to me, to just like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, forgive me. And then by the end, you know, when after he walks them home, the two sisters home, she's like, oh, can you come here? And they kiss.
Yeah.
It's like a kiss of friendship.
So imagine, all right, hear this, guys. Imagine this: the first episode, we introduce this character. She hates his guts. She thinks she's all that. She has all this.
I don't think that in the first episode they talked about her.
No,
that was the second one.
No, yeah, the beginning of the episode.
The beginning of
so
of
she hates him. She thinks she has more power than him. She hates his guts.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the episode, he kisses him and falls in love with this character, and it's just like, what?
No, it's a kiss of friendship, though.
Whatever, man. Pulls a 180. I hate that. I hate that in characters. Like, what's the point, you know?
Yeah, it's like you basically seen the entire character development arc, like right there.
Yeah, within less than the episode.
Yeah.
That's just how I felt.
So that was the first 2 episodes. Pretty much.
How did you feel about it? Since I didn't hear you much about this.
Oh,
other than explaining.
Oh, I mean of the episode. I mean, the episode itself was like, again, we just got more of kind of like what we saw in the first episode. I think what it is for me, it had less of an impact for me in that second episode than the first, because the first one we were just introduced to that whole like, oh, you know, main character is just a big shot, you know, he's a reincarnation of the demon lord. And that's what I love of them too. Is like he explains the fact that I'm the demon lord.
Oh yeah, he tells everyone, but no one believes him.
No one believes him, even when he does that. It kind of reminds me a lot like One Punch Man, only not as good.
But it has that similar way where he's like, hey,
yeah,
I'm that guy.
He's stuck like in school, even though he should just be teaching school.
Oh yeah, because he owned that teacher.
It's his life story. He's going to a school like that's pretty much based off of his own life story that got warped within those 2,000 years he was gone. Anyway, so no, what I thought about the anime, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed how dumb it was. It is dumb, but it's just like so ridiculous dumb. It was entertaining in a dinner theater kind of way. Yeah. Again, it goes from 0 to... It's just like that one ride in Knott's Berry Farm where you go up this really steep slope you just drop down out of nowhere. I like those kind of rides.
Yeah, I could tell.
Rating wise.
Okay, rating wise,
for the 2 episodes.
For the 2 episodes. So far, I'd probably give it like a 6 or so, like a 5, like 5.5.
What?
5.5.
Go, Mr.
Okay.
Mr. Odd One.
All right, so I don't know what these two are smoking on, but I think it's absolute dog poop. All right, it's terrible. If you love the whole power fantasy, you guys can see through their eyes, then more power to you. But I give it a 3. It was unbearable to watch sometimes, my opinion.
And I guess I'll give it for myself, I'll give it a 5. Pretty much. It was average.
Yeah, like for me, it was average.
It was average.
I put it a little bit above average mainly because of the MC. That's the MC and his parents.
Jeez.
We don't get to see much of his parents at all, but
I don't know.
We'll see.
More power to you guys.
All right, the next anime that we're gonna be talking about that's not gonna be as heated is Uzaki-chan wa Asobitai.
Yeah, wants to hang out.
I wrote it wrong on my notes.
No, well, you said the Japanese.
No, I know, but I wrote it wrong. I wrote Asotabi. I'm like, wait, no, I didn't write it right.
It's Asobitai.
Yeah, unless I said it wrong, I'll correct myself on the screen. But anyway, the anime. Going in. This is one of the few anime, like the few new anime that actually I had like knowledge of going in, because this anime is very popular in Japanese like meme culture and just like advertising in general. So Not the anime, but
I never heard of
the
it.
manga. The manga.
Yeah, I never heard it before the anime.
I heard of it because the whole blood drive controversy. So basically,
That's the only thing I know about.
yeah, the
Just
blood drive controversy, the virtual YouTuber bits that they did with the main character, and like the manga itself.
Well, but what was the controversy again? It was because
people were complaining about the character design of the fact that it was donating blood and stuff. They thought it was in poor taste. That's pretty much it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Even though she's 18 or old.
Well, even though
19,
she's 18 and she's
19
an
or
anime character, so why does that even matter?
Cartoon or anime
yeah,
character.
it's like
right?
why? Like, people complain about Daffy Duck. But anyway, the anime itself.
Well, people tend to complain about everything.
Yeah,
you know? It's hard to stop.
Yeah. So going into the anime itself.
The anime.
No,
the anime itself. Was really fun. I enjoyed my time with it. The premise is pretty simple. It's just a general so it's again another college anime, which I feel like we've been getting
we have been getting a lot more college anime.
A lot more college anime where like the main characters are not high school students, they're not teenagers, they're adults. I love the way it starts too, because it starts off with the main characters being like 18 and 19 respectively.
They barely start.
They
college.
not the main character, not the guy main character Shinichi. The girl, Uzaki. She starts off like this is her first year, but then a whole year goes by, and then we see like Uzaki's 19 and Shinichi's 20.
And he did absolutely nothing.
They did absolutely nothing, and it's funny because like the way they set it up, they were like,
it
they
was
were friends.
It was weird with her because she was just staring at it.
No, but her
over the year.
I feel like she would just stop by and she would see it.
She wanted to see, it's realistic. I mean, she just wanted to see. She wanted to stop by to see like if you wanted to hang out.
Oh no, what she didn't know. But prior to that, she wasn't saying anything. She would just see him just sitting there.
It's kind of like your colleagues. You see your colleagues around your workplace and stuff.
They're walking around. Like she was walking around, and it's like, oh, he's busy, so I'll just kind of move away. But then when the next spring kicks in, that's when she was like, oh, it's like, hey, how are you doing? You've literally been avoiding me for like a year. We never hung out at all.
Yeah, so she makes an initiative to like, all right, we're gonna hang out now.
Yeah, and so the rest of the episode was basically that. It was great, wholesome. It was a nice, wholesome time.
Very wholesome.
Yeah.
It was a very fresh breath air after watching.
It was kind of a
the Misfit
kind of fun, weird scenes too.
Yeah. There were specific scenes that were great.
Yeah, very.
They weren't wholesome, but they were great. But overall, the anime is pretty wholesome.
Yeah, it's pretty wholesome except for those parts,
Except for those parts.
Those features.
And the features. And the features are the feature is in relation to Uzaki's character design, because Uzaki is a short girl. She's a bubbly girl that's short, but she has assets that are very attractive.
Yeah, two huge assets.
Oh, and we forgot about the main character too. He was he's a serious dude. He has always a mean look, and that everyone doesn't like that, or they don't want to get next to him because it's weird.
He has a weird glare.
Yeah, weird glare. That's
He's
the
Ryuji. He's Ryuji. He's the main character. He's the main dude from Toradora, basically, because he has the mean looking eyes all the time. Ryuji Takatsu.
Go back.
But yeah. So going back to them hanging out. So they hang out. They watch movies. They go to batting cages and everything, and it's great fun. But then of course there are certain moments, because they also go to this shopping, this mall, and
the electronics store.
Yeah, they're trying stuff. Yeah, electronics stores. They're trying stuff. They go to a massage chair. Uzaki's like, feeling really good with the massage chair that she's using, and like again, Shinichi just does not want to see what's going on. He doesn't want to reawaken his inner urges, because a normal man would probably succumb. He has control.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. You look at that, and you're like, holy damn.
And they also play like a VR like House of the Dead kind of game too. But
that was cool.
That one was cool. but it also goes into like again, not the wholesome
Yeah,
moments.
she tried it. She didn't know how to use it or play the game.
Yeah.
So she died, and then she ended up telling him to try it, and he's like, nah, I don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, I guess he ended up trying it. He was trying to feel the VR experience.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it feels so real.
Yep.
And he reached.
He couldn't believe there was a touching feature in this one.
I was amazed. I was like, wow, really? Really?
Is that a classic trope?
Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, again, he's the main character.
But at at the end, she didn't mind.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she didn't overreact or slap them.
I was expecting a slap because always in anime, you always expect the girl to slap the.
She was just wondering why it took him so long, basically.
Whoa! I don't think that would happen, but yeah.
But yeah, overall, Uzaki-chan. A great like a nice wholesome anime.
Yeah.
I mean wholesome in regards to the content
features.
that we have. Yeah. Rating wise, I'd probably give it a 7. I probably out of the 3 that we've seen so far, this one's probably the most I enjoyed out of this first episode showing. It's nice. Again, it also helps that I recognize the characters beforehand and stuff. But from what I've seen, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I'm in the same boat with you. I also picked 7 because it's very wholesome. I like the characters. Obviously, I don't know the whole blood or whatever.
Blood drive thing, yeah.
Yeah, all the drama with this character, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I like the RMC of this anime.
But you, David?
6 for me.
So far, yeah.
So far, it's just the starting point. I wonder how it's gonna continue on, or their little adventures through their college life, I guess. But so far, for a start, not in this 6. That's
tough cookie, bro.
All right. Next anime we're gonna be talking about is Deca-Dence, second anime by Studio Nut, which I actually like. Watching the anime, you guys were talking about Trigger a lot, or we were also seeing like mentions of Trigger throughout the whole episode, and I was like, huh, is this Trigger's anime? And then I had to do like a little like
I didn't say it was like exactly like Trigger.
But it felt very Trigger-esque.
Yeah,
it felt very Trigger-esque though.
But we also knew beforehand. Apparently, this was also people that did Mob Psycho as well.
Well, the crew behind Mob Psycho and the studio behind Yojo Senki, the Saga of Tanya the Evil, 2 great anime.
Well, the Titania one was their first anime they made.
Yojo Senki was
their studio.
The first one, yeah. But yeah, no. So Deca-Dence is, I think, probably the only anime out of here that's not a second season. That's like based. That's actually set on like a.
It's an original, right?
It's an original.
I don't know. It's based on a manga.
The concept itself is very like it's not based off of anything fantasy or sci-fi like you usually see with a lot of anime. It has its own kind of like unique premise in that like you have these like big giant like monsters and stuff that are basically fuel the whole economy of like the people remaining, and the main character
post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, from what we've seen so far, it seems to be like a post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, because you see the I guess the previous cities all destroyed and stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like most of the people that survived that apocalypse or whatever made it into this weird machine tank kind of thing. I don't know what it is.
They basically they made like
moving tower.
They made their whole they have like a whole like a whole city that's like on like a
tank on the
ship.
move.
Yeah, it's like the
It's like that movie with the moving cities.
No, Metal Slug boat ship thing. I don't know if you guys know the thing.
Yeah.
Big,
I was also thinking
the bosses.
Yeah.
I was also thinking like the Gurren Lagann, like the huge like gunmen that they were like
Oh yeah, that's it.
The huge ship that they were piloting. It was a desert too.
Yeah.
Because this whole anime Deca-Dence is like in a desert.
Well, so far, yeah.
So far that we've seen. The main character also Natsume. She's a great main character. Like so far that we've seen.
She lost her arm.
Yeah, so they
Or
show.
we got a little flashback, I guess. What
Yeah,
happened?
the story starts off with like her as like a little girl, and then like her dad. She made a thing for him, and then they get attacked by these monsters, and in that attack she lost her arm.
Did they have a name for the monsters?
Yeah, the name were Gadol.
Gadol.
Gadols?
Yeah.
That's what the monsters.
Oh, okay. Just make sure.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is like she still like, even though she lost her dad and her arm, like she still has like that bubbly personality and stuff. And then in place of her arm, she has like this cool this neat looking like robot arm that's like it's not as like technically advanced as like Edward Elric's arm from FMA's from Fullmetal Alchemist's arm, but it's like kind of like a piece of wood.
Yeah.
That she could control the
Like you could
fingers
tell,
to.
like she crafted herself.
Yeah, she made it herself. Like it's not like anything high tech or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, everybody just like hates her for some reason, and she says like, "Oh, I want to join the Decadence."
I think the only one that hated her were just the 3 girls.
Oh, those 3 bullies.
Linmei?
Yeah.
That was her name.
Yeah, that's what I saw. They just those 3 didn't like her.
There was a lot of world building.
Yeah, a lot of world building, character introductions and stuff. Like Kaburagi. Kaburagi is is basically like in charge. Well, not in charge of the whole like Decadence, the ship itself.
I think he was
he's
just
in charge of
the cleaning
crew.
Yeah,
cleaning
he's in charge
crew.
of the cleaning crew and stuff, and he also, of course, has some combat experience under his belt.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't know though.
We don't know that yet.
No one knew yet.
Yeah, until
This
like,
was
later.
all under the wraps, I guess, since he doesn't want to be because the main protagonist, the little girl,
Natsume.
she was like, oh, I want to be a soldier and all that stuff, and he's like,
Yeah.
why do you want to be a soldier? And stuff like that.
There's all. So there's a lot of parallels between Natsume and Edward Elric. I mean, other than the whole arm thing, like she also wants to join like the military, like the whole fictional like military that we have established here.
Yeah,
She has blonde hair. She has like a pigtail on the back.
she's
I mean,
she's like, she sees the soldiers, they're like rock stars. Too.
yeah.
So,
Just like the state alchemist in Fullmetal Alchemist.
She's totally different in my eyes. I don't
No,
think
her
she's
personality is
close to-
completely different. Her personality is very different. Like
To
she's
who you
very
talk
bubbly
about.
and she's very like she wants to know. She wants to explore and get out there.
Yes.
she's like
Because right now her job is pretty much being a cleaner. She's been a cleaner for 5 years, right?
No, they
No.
said that they have to be clean. I don't know if they showed like any particular like passage of time to show like how long time went by, but from so far that we've seen, they just said that it has to be 5 years. You have to do this job for 5 years before you can get into actual like combat.
And speaking of combat, I like when the combat segment started.
Yes. So like later,
No,
later in that episode,
that one reminded me of Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
But it's
So-
very cool what they did with the zero gravity.
Yeah,
movements.
the thing is that the only reason the only way that's actually happening is that they have a mechanic that blows up like a bubble around
Yeah.
them, because they can't go like super far
Yeah.
or super high. Is that just certain areas they could glide to, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed, like when they started the battle, they shot the ammos into the bubbles when they made it, so that way when they're flying around, all the monsters, they could pick up the ammo in the air.
Pretty
Mhm.
much.
It was a very cool detail right there.
Yeah, and just in general, like when they shoot out those tubes in order to like kind of drain out the blood of that, because they specifically use the blood.
For me, I thought it was kind of like a level up system for some reason.
Yeah, honestly, in a lot of ways it is,
Like
because
you keep juicing up your machine.
Yeah.
You get better weapons and stuff.
Or no, I mean the better, I guess the power.
Oh.
and it also fuels the economy too. So it's like you use it for pretty much everything. It's a one all be all for.
Yeah, and I like that because like you always think in the post-apocalyptic world, like how they get the resources, like how. that's in
Where's the
world.
gas?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is the gas. The blood of the monsters makes up for everything.
No,
So,
but that's
cool.
that's the reason why
I
he
think that's
said.
cool.
Yeah, and then they also take out this
resource.
giant like whale, but it's so cool because it's basically like this giant like.
No,
kaiju
I
match.
kind of thought that was dumb. The whole punching thing.
Oh, the
Oh, that was
city.
awesome.
I thought it was gonna be a big laser laser beam or something. But
I
it
was
literally a
expecting,
big
I was
fist.
expecting it too, but oh my gosh, that blew my expectations out of the water. With
Hey
that.
man, I think if they used the railgun, I would waste all the resources. So they had to let's make a punch bag.
Let's take a punching bag, and that impact of the punch felt so good.
Yeah, it did. That was pretty cool.
Poor well, man. You didn't deserve it, man.
Oh,
You're just passing on by, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
But that ending was trippy. That whole ending of the episode, it went to like a different area. Like,
Oh yeah.
No, I think that was the inside. Once he defeated the monster, then the water was just pouring, or the fuel
The
thing was.
blood.
but it was
Was
like all
fueling.
those cartoon characters like coming out.
We
Oh
don't know
no!
about that yet.
You mean the alien looking
Yeah, we don't know about those
I
yet.
don't know, man.
So we'll find that.
That's
we'll,
why I'm like, that's trippy.
we'll find that out.
Unless there's
next
a
episode.
different, what do you call it? A different facility with different things.
It's a good cliffhanger. 'Cause
Yeah, it
we
is.
don't know what
It is.
the hell that is. So
And then we got hit with I guess a secret agent kind of thing, or I'm not sure what it is. Maybe the bad guy or something. I'm not 100% sure.
yeah.
What was his name again? The
Kaburagi?
Kaburagi. Yeah, he was talking to someone, and
Oh, true, yeah.
yeah, we didn't talk about that, and we were wondering like what's happening, who's he talking to, and stuff like that. I was wondering throughout the whole episode, but they never continued that. They just
Well, that's
passed
what the
through.
whole show's for.
Yeah.
We'll find that out. Yeah. Overall, rating wise, this one's also probably a 7 for me so far. It was a great world building. The characters are great, but we just gotta find out more, and that's what we're here for.
Yeah, I like the characters too. I'm in the same boat with you. We're like in Link right now.
I know, except for that one, but we're not gonna mention it.
But yeah, I love the world building of this episode. The characters, they seem cool, and that cliffhanger, I want to see more. You know, it leads me to see more of Deca-Dence.
What you?
What do you do?
For me, a 7 so far. I really
We're all 7.
lucky 7. So yeah. So far, I'm still wondering what's gonna happen, or what that whole conversation, and hopefully the whole world, what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And what's gonna happen to our protagonist after she saw the guy do all this crazy stuff, even with the rest of the people that were in that fight were like, oh my god, who is this guy?
Right.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the same guy.
Is that the janitor?
Is that the janitor? Really? But yeah, so that's what I thought.
Yep. All right. So the next anime that we have on the list is, of course, the one that we've been talking about the most throughout the whole anime,
Through our news.
Yeah, through a whole podcast news.
It's finally here. God of High School. Oh man.
Damn.
So this had a lot of hype. This had a lot of expectations for it to live up to. Because again, we've covered this like 3 times or so?
3-4 times.
3-4 times, including the pilot.
Yeah.
We talked about this show a lot.
So it's highly anticipated.
To
very
me,
much
it's
so.
really anticipated.
With the trailers that we've seen and all that.
Because I'm looking, I was always into that, martial arts fighting kind of thing.
And this one looked really promising with like all the visuals and stuff that it showed off.
Yo.
Man, it did not disappoint me.
No.
Oh man, this episode just
It never
whams you.
It never slowed down at all, huh?
No.
Throughout the whole episode, it just kept going.
Even when this started, it starts off with these 3 corrupt businessmen enjoying a vacation on an island, and they were reporting back to their boss. Boss, of course, wasn't happy, and they know exactly what's going on. So they bring out an entire hand.
No, I think Zeus
slap
just
the
came in
island.
and just slapped the floor.
Kung Fu Hustle came out of nowhere, just blam.
Yeah, pretty much. Honestly,
Flattened the island.
It felt like that, yeah. So the basic premise of God of High School is that there's a tournament that happens.
Tournament arc.
The tournament arc, the anime. And
Tournament arc with battle royale.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I think the battle royale thing is how it starts up. But,
Yeah.
So there's a tournament that I think every year, I think. It's like a yearly competition.
Oh, I think they just started it.
But basically this competition is basically supposed to be who the best of the best is. Think of every other fighting game that you can think of with a tournament setting, like Mortal Kombat, King of Fighters, Street Fighter, the World Warrior tournament, all that stuff.
My Hero Academia.
But,
I love that fighting game.
but I think going off a little bit of topic, I like our main protagonist. He's an open dude. He's
Mori.
Yeah, Mori's pretty cool. I enjoyed
That's
him.
the main character, by the way. He looks a lot like Taichi from Adventure. which, by the way, I found out, like, his character design. Okay, I thought he had goggles on, but turns out they're not goggles. They're just like they're visors or whatever. They don't even have glass on them.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
It's really weird.
When you look at it.
It looks like goggles.
Because of those eyes.
Yeah, those star eyes.
Star-studded eyes.
Yeah.
Literally.
And then the thing that I was really amazed when we started watching it, knowing that this is a webtoon, and I was like, wow, this does not take place in the United States, or doesn't take place in Japan, or doesn't take place in England. It doesn't take place anywhere else but the South Korea.
Seoul, South Korea, yeah.
Yeah, South Korea. I was like,
City of
wow,
Seoul.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's very different location.
Very different location.
And fitting, because, again, this is a webtoon, so it's of Korean origin. But anyway, so going back to what I was saying, yeah. So that's the basic premise. It's basically every fighting game sort of storyline that you have that takes place in like a tournament setting. Only this is not a video game, and it's just a pure cavalcade of animation goodness that you get to see unfold. Even past that whole like intro, you see the main character Mori get up from get up to go to.
He didn't get up in time. He apparently he smashed his alarm clock.
He smashed his alarm clock.
He was like, "Oh no, I'm late."
Yeah, and
he whips out his bike, and then he starts riding as fast as he can because he needs to get to that tournament place as fast as he can.
Half the episode, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but half the episode takes place with him riding his bicycle in various situations.
And then getting off that topic, after that, once he started riding that bike, we got introduced to the second character.
Yeah, we get introduced to our second character, Mira.
Mira, right?
And so the way she's introduced, and of course we've seen the trailers, we've talked about it here, but Mira, is introduced as like this kind of like bookworm kind of like nerd.
How she looks,
cute looking with her with her glasses and stuff like that. And she was just asking, was like, hey, can you point me the direction of the tournament and stuff to like this group of like buff dudes.
I think they were gonna join the thing, but they couldn't. Right?
They got rejected.
They got
rejected in the preliminaries. So
they didn't qualify.
They didn't qualify.
And then she noticed like the muscles, and then they just immediately just like
straight up flexing.
They all flex. They flex, and then all of a sudden their shirts just tear apart.
Yeah, it was great. But yeah, so Mori is like trying to get to the tournament and stuff, and again like the half of the episode is just about him and his bicycle.
And then he gets bumped on.
Yeah, but then he gets then he runs into this thief that
Well, he didn't know he was a thief. He just got bumped onto. I was like, what was that?
But it turns out that this thief, this dude in the motorcycle stole money from.
Pretty much talks
lady.
to the old lady, and then the old go.
Okay, I like this part because they literally give her backstory within seconds, of her what she needed the money for, how she got to that point within seconds, and all that's all it took for him to pursue him.
And this episode was constantly keeping moving quick. Yeah. So when they said that story, it was like, and then it just cuts back to the thing, and then he rode fast.
The facial expressions, the comedic facial expressions in this anime is so good. They have the perfect, they have the perfect set of
kind of like how we got the Konosuba kind of thing too, as that little face expressions, or One Punch Man with their little face.
Yeah. But no, in general, it's great, and then because of the fact that Mori, is a good person. He's our main character, so we gotta follow him and everything. He's a good person. She chases after him. His motorcycle, it's bicycle against motorcycle. But of course, he's our main character. He fights and stuff. We don't get to see his actual physical prowess until after all of this, but we know that he's really good at riding his bicycle.
So
And
he chases him. He ends up hitting the second character.
He ends up hitting Mira.
Yeah.
Mira's glasses just like break apart and stuff like that. So
He says sorry and then continues riding off. And then after that, she chucks her sword right at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, "Don't you get away from me! Like, what? You better say sorry."
And then here goes the background story of the grandma.
Yeah.
And then she's
Not
like,
his grandma, but just a random old lady. And then just tells them the story right away, and they just pass by the story, and then they continue off. So she rides with him along, and then they go after the thief himself.
Yeah, and then we also get introduced to our third main character, who's actually introduced before, but I didn't want to go over like quite yet because his main
His
thing
part
comes
comes
in.
in,
His part, like when it comes in so good. His name is Han, and he's
Just walking by. He's doing his own thing.
Yeah, so the two main characters they screwed up in like trying to retrieve like the thing. The thief thought, oh, I escaped, and bam, he gets punched right in the helmet and everything, and yeah, it's great.
I love Han, dude. He's just like, let's get it done.
Yeah,
he's the mini One Punch Man.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, so far
from what we've seen.
So far from what we've seen, and then so that was the whole like bicycle like
First
arc.
half.
That was the first half, which I thought like, man, it can't get any better. But then like we get to the second half, which actually starts off
The tournament.
the tournament that we've been all waiting for.
But it doesn't turn out to be a tournament. It turns out to be a
Battle Royale.
I think it's a battle royale. I think the first part is going to be a battle royale.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I don't
they're
think
trying to eliminate the weak so they could get the best ones at the end.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, it's kind of like Tower of God with that battle royale that they had in the second test. But anyway, so oh my gosh, the animation and stuff. Like the bicycle part was really solid. This one's also really solid. Like it was just like it was nuts. Just like how much we were just like
how much
combat we were seeing, and the choreography. And you can also get to see Mori show off too.
And there's also with this show in general, it's like they do martial arts, they do boxing, they do every type of fighting.
Yeah, it's like Street Fighter.
Even
Exactly.
even weapons can be in this too. A bat, what else? There nunchucks, a wooden sword.
The kendo.
Yeah.
The kendo swords. Yeah.
Who knows? They'll pop out even more weapons. Depends.
It's all free access.
Yeah.
But it's so cool, man. Watching all these characters fight, like that wrestler girl that shows up.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
We got introduced to a couple of characters, but we don't have their names yet.
They're not the main characters that we. As far as I know, I don't think they're like the main characters. They're like the supporting characters that we get to see more of, and maybe also get to see backstories of. We don't know much of like regarding backstories other than Mori, and the only backstory we have is that Mori had a grandfather, and his grandfather left, and that's pretty much it with him.
And then they, I guess, they bring out a fighter, and he's, I guess, a crazy person
He's
or
a
something.
crazy person, and they just let him into the ring. They're
They
just
let
like,
him
okay,
in the
go
ring.
ham.
Like a kickboxer, or like he just.
No, he was just tied up.
He was just using
He was
his
just tied
kicks.
up and crazy.
I thought he
Yeah.
was using his feet for just showing off.
And with the main character, with the girl first, Mira, she was trying her best, but he didn't do nothing to him. He was like, oh, that was good. And then here comes the main character pulling down his pants.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. And you just see this guy's boxers and stuff, and it's all filled with, what was it?
It was
Cute animals.
Cute animals.
Then he turned around.
And then he
you see
turned
an
around.
elephant.
It's his elephant.
And
Not
then
that
man.
kind of elephant. It's just a picture of an elephant.
And it said "man" on the like on a speech bubble too. It was great.
I was like, oh, do you want some of this? I was like, no.
Yeah.
The main character just pulls up his pants. Like, nope.
Slowly and everything.
Yeah, like no. I don't want none of that.
Yeah.
So then, I guess he says in the episode too, he wants to fight again the guy up there, because he looks up there
There's like a blonde dude in a suit.
It's like a elite group up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently he has fought him before, but maybe didn't win him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see what's up with him.
Yeah, that was pretty much the whole episode. I mean, we've pretty much...
We described the whole episode.
Hey man, I enjoyed the whole thing, man.
I'm looking back. We described all the episodes. That whole bit, what I said, that we're not gonna go into detail. That's redacted.
No, this one the most though. We basically covered every inch of it.
Yeah,
because we enjoyed it, the animation, the music, the opening.
The opening was just
that
solid.
was awesome.
That's a way to start the anime.
It was a great
That's
way
a 3
to start
for
that.
me. This whole anime. No.
Oh, go rating.
All right,
go.
so rating wise, it's an 8. It's a solid 8. At the minimum, it's an 8. I'm also even thinking going to 8.5. Honestly, it was a great start. I'm gonna be super heartbroken if it just goes downhill from here. Well, I really hope not. But no, so far it's an 8 for me.
I feel like you're reading my mind, man, because I'm in the same boat with you again. But I'm also... Oh, no, I'm not. I am an 8. I am an 8. I am an 8. It's so great. The way how the opening starts, it pumps you up, and it prepares you for the high adrenaline adventure we're having with our characters, and then, obviously the tournament. Seeing all these cool action choreography. It's amazing, man. It's just a great old time. If you're looking for action, I think this will be the anime of this season.
Yeah.
I give it an 8 as well.
All right.
Nice.
We're all linked here.
Crazy 8s.
I really enjoy this. They gave us a small little introduction to like the main character, and then a little bit of the other two. How they are, I guess. And we'll continue on to know more about them later on. But yeah, just an 8.
Yep.
Opening, give it like a 9.
Oh, the opening?
Yup.
Oh, man.
9.
It's a banger if I ever heard one.
That's a banger. We'll give it a banger.
I gotta hear it again.
We heard it a couple times already. But
yeah, bro. We'll play it after this podcast.
We use that to play us out. Yeah, a little bit anyway, so that we don't get copyright. Alright, so the next anime we're going to be talking about is, oh boy.
Oh yeah, the rest of the animes are just season 2.
Yeah, the rest of the stuff that we have on here is season 2 so far.
So we have 2 animes. I guess we can't cover this week.
We cannot cover it yet because they haven't premiered yet. One is one already came out, but Omar needs to catch up on. Is No Guns Life Season 2.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all.
So we're gonna be covering that
next week.
And
we'll do a double feature for that.
The Gimbi Get, the samurai dude.
Yeah,
the samurai one.
Yeah. So that actually hasn't. That one actually hasn't come out yet.
That one's next week.
Next week.
And even though Upright Ranman has already is coming out again. They're starting from season 1, and we've already covered.
What season?
We've already covered the first 3 episodes here on the podcast.
So check season 1.
So just check back on season 1, episodes 1, 2, and 3 if you guys want to check out what we thought of those first 3 episodes there.
Yeah, but we'll continue with episode
4.
But
we will, starting from episode 4, we're gonna continue that then.
When it comes out.
When it comes out. All right. Now that intermission's over. We're gonna talk about ReZero Season 2. So, little background on ReZero. For whoever of you guys have not seen ReZero, check back with Season 1, because this anime is not gonna hold your hand with Season 1, unless you guys completely forgot about Rem, because this season, or the way this
anime
starts,
did.
Yeah, this anime actually did. This forgot about Rem. And if you're
who's Rem?
Who's Rem? Yeah.
Apparently from this episode.
So again, a little background on season 1. ReZero was a very, very big deal. I would argue it was pretty much the season of the anime of 2016.
Yeah.
That was best represented of that year.
Everyone was talking about it.
Everybody was talking about it. Everybody was cosplaying. You saw a lot of people wearing the Natsuki Subaru's tracksuits. You saw a lot of people. You saw a lot of girls cosplaying as Rem and Ram. Everything. But season 2 pretty much starts off right after season 1 ended, which, concluded with the big whale fight and everything like that. It was a spectacular ending. It was great. It made you kind of hyped to see what was going to come up next.
Oh.
Little did we know, here we are, 4 years later, 2020, we find out that one of the most beloved characters of the whole series
Gets cut.
Well, for a couple people, because there's other friends.
That's me.
Well, I'd argue that she's like one of the most beloved characters because like she's the one that merchandise wise and like advertising and everything like that. She gets top billing.
For sakes, there's literally an episode where it's just Rem and Subaru just talking for a whole episode. So yeah, she's a very important character.
She's a very important character, not only to the story, but to a lot of people and to like just in general. And she just gets axed. Not in a physical way because we've
seen her get axed.
Yes, very very gruesomely, but in the context of the show, being physically axed doesn't really have much of a consequence to anybody else other than Subaru's psychology, because he has the power to return from death, which is basically the anime or non-game equivalent of restarting from your last save point by dying.
To tell you the truth, this episode was more confusing than... Yeah, it was just confusing in general. Yeah, because we still don't have anything to go off on, if anything. Like, why are they there? There's two characters that were introduced in this show. Two villains. That we don't know or why they're there or anything. They're just there.
Yeah, they're the sin equivalent of who we fought, of who Subaru fought before. Betelgeuse.
Yeah, the sloth.
Oh, the sloth guy. This one actually introduces greed and gluttony, so it's two. So basically, the main villain of the first season that we've seen pretty much all throughout that first season. Yeah, there's just two. There's two of them now.
There's two more.
And it's just kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah, because we got introduced to the 7 deadly sins now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's hopefully we'll see the other sins.
And the gluttony one? Oh yeah, she ate Rem's memories, and no one remembers who she is.
Other than
Subaru. Yeah, which I assume has something to do with his return of death, power.
Yeah, his save point.
Yeah. His save point. That's
this time he just that's crazy how that he just gets rewind to that specific thing. Like someone's pulling the strings to a point where he could only do certain things.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's what I think. I don't know. And this is speculation at this point because I don't know what the hell is happening.
No, that's a good point to bring up though. Like I didn't think of it like that. Like someone actually.
Like hey.
Yeah,
Subaru, you're gonna die, but you're just gonna go back to this certain spot, and that's it. You can't go back.
It is kind of weird. I was always wondering about that in the first episode, or in the first season. Is that like why is it that like he only goes back into certain points? He doesn't because the problem is that he doesn't have like any particular control over what counts as a save point. It's just convenient for Subaru because the times that he goes back. Because I remember, like in the first season, I always thought that it was at the point where he was like running for the Apple stand. That was gonna be like that save point.
It used to be like that, but then there was a certain point where he just it was like being like save points at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was. Oh, go with ratings.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much what do you think about
because this first episode doesn't really have a lot other than the fact that Rem's identity is completely erased from everybody's memories except Subaru's. Oh, and then Krush. Yeah. Krush is completely is just amnesiac, but it's kind of weird because she got spared with the whole like forgetting thing.
Because everyone remembers her.
Everybody remembers her, but she just doesn't remember anybody else. And so in turn, her whole personality that she's been having in that first episode is completely gone now.
Completely 180.
Yeah, complete 180. And it's again, this is gonna feel like completely like lost for anybody that has like either has no memory of season 1. Ironically, this is gonna be kind of different for me personally. I don't know if you guys want to do the same thing, but for me personally, I want to split my rating to two different sections. One for the series overall. Series overall, I want to see how this continues. It's gonna be 8.5 for me.
Okay.
because this is ReZero, and I want to know kind of what happens. However, if we're just going off of the episode by itself and just kind of like how this first episode kind of introduces everything.
Because if anything, I count like every season is a different part of a chapter, you know?
Yeah.
Some parts are bad, some parts are good. And I'm not saying the whole series is bad. It's just that just specific sections could be bad too, or you know. Through the overall thing, it could be the best, you know? Oh, but continue.
But if I were to do like based off of the second season premiere, I'd say probably 5.
Oh, I did not expect that.
Hey man,
That's hard. Oh, all right, damn.
I know they're very polarizing, but that was not something that I was like. I wanted to see, honestly, because like I was expecting to see kind of like a build up to kind of like to see where this is gonna go. Yeah. Maybe at the end of this episode we're gonna see like something tragic happen.
I guess you were expecting more because you know it's been 4 years.
It's been 4 years, yeah.
You know,
but that's why I wanted to split that. So I guess if you were to average that up, it would be like a 7 or so, like overall, if it's like the case. But that's why I'm saying series wise, it's an 8.5. This episode wise is just a 5.
Yeah, because we didn't get anywhere other than Subaru being upset of, you know, like no one knows Ram.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it.
And that's the thing. That's the one thing I didn't like. Why repeat that whole Rem? Everybody forgot Rem like storyline. It's the same thing that we saw before. The only difference is that
now instead of the white whale, it's the gluttony.
Yeah, and I guess because of the fact that this isn't a whale that ate her, it's, you know, one of the more important guys.
Yeah.
Even if he goes back in time, it won't solve anything.
Yeah, like I agree.
Okay,
with
yeah,
you.
Omar,
I agree
what's
with
your
you.
rating?
Like you know, it's the same concept and all, and like, and you know, since Glenny's a big bad character, you know that Rem's gonna be out of commission for a pretty long time.
Yes, yeah, we're not gonna see Rem for a long time.
And for me, like, I'm not gonna rate the series yet because it's not over. But as this episode,
an impression.
In this episode, I gave it a 6. Obviously, you know, not the start I was thinking of, but you know, for 4 years hiatus, you know, what I expect. It just sucks that Rem's gonna be MIA throughout the whole season, but we'll see. That could change.
Yeah.
And for Amelia fans, you know, she's gonna get a lot more time.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell that.
For me, I give this show, for a first episode impression, it is a 5.5 for me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh man. Wow.
I'm sorry, man. I enjoyed a lot season 1.
Yeah.
Season 1 was my favorite thing. The only thing that affect that show in general is not knowing what the hell
was happening.
Not what the hell was happening, but his end goal or what was.
Yeah, it's just basically go through that process. I feel like this is gonna be that.
The only goal he had was just trying to keep everyone alive, and that was the whole thing that I knew. Other than, hey, why is he getting returned to this specific spot, or why is he like, oh, it stopped doing that specific spot to another spot.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, something's happening, that's why I'm wondering why.
I kind of get that because, you know, in the end of the episode, he starts bawling because I think that's what he's going through his mind. He's like, I gotta do this all over again. Like, I gotta save Rem, like, over and over again. I'm like, damn it, this never ends.
Yeah.
I guess I could feel Subaru in that way, but yeah, no, I agree with your points though.
But yeah, that's what I thought of so far of episode 1. Hopefully my rating changes over time, and they give us the reason why this is happening. Because you know, so far when we saw the trailer that time, I guess that girl probably knows why he does.
That trailer spoils so much. I was able to tell just by looking at the trailer that we're probably not gonna see Rem for a while.
Yeah.
I just didn't think it was gonna happen at the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, next show.
All right. Anyway, so next show.
Because we could go on and on and on.
We're
not getting anywhere.
I'm honestly thinking of doing a whole podcast of reading. That's for another time. Yeah. So the next episode of anime we're gonna be talking about is Fire Force season 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this one is thankfully we didn't have to wait 4 years for. This one was actually just last year. We saw it. We actually saw it together the first half. But we just ended up becoming too much.
No, you had your trip.
Oh, I had my trips. Yeah, I actually went to Atlanta, and me and David, we went to New York with another friend of ours.
To New York, to a convention, and just to visit.
Yeah, so there was a lot, and there was a lot of to catch up on in general. So we had to split our ways in watching the show.
I guess. I think of season 2 being season part 1.
Yeah.
And then now we started together seeing season part 2.
Yeah, and unlike what ReZero did, season 2 of Fire Force actually was able to.
They played it safe.
Yeah, they played it safe. We did not get a cliffhanger the previous episode.
Yeah.
From season part 1.
Yeah, they were able to properly reintroduce the characters.
Yeah.
We were able to. Honestly, I was just happy to get see more of Shinra, Maki, Tamaki, Iris, all of them.
Yeah,
all of them.
Pretty much this first episode was introduce everyone again, just to recap over.
Yeah, we have the giant monster. Yeah, we have this giant. You have the giant infernal. Wrecking the city and stuff, and our heroes go into action. Everybody shows off their powers or lack thereof, and just
this episode.
Yeah, I liked it too, cause they get reintroduced to every character, and they show how each character's power level is at.
Yes.
So I like that recap of it, and then the other half of the episode.
The other half was great.
I was laughing my ass off.
So at first, so the first part of that second half was showing kind of like the aftermath of what happened before the monster attack, where they were finding clothes for the lieutenant, for Lieutenant Hinawa, and because they showed apparently the lieutenant doesn't have any fashion sense at all. So at the first part of the first part of the second half, they showed that he's wearing these ridiculous clothes with with naked, what was it, the nudist bitch on his hat. He's and Captain Obi's like,
what are you wearing, man?
Did you even read what your hat says? No, sir, that doesn't concern me at all. I just wore what my comrades gave me.
It's like that guy will shop at Goodwill and he'll get it because it's a good price.
Yeah, he doesn't care, which is the best. And everybody just pinned the blame on Shinra.
Yeah, he was thinking in his head, I was like, I'm gonna save these girls. I'm gonna blame it on myself. And here it goes. All of a sudden, all 3 of girls, bam, it's his fault.
Yep.
It's all his.
But the best for last of this episode was, of course, the naked calendar, baby, and
the fireman.
The fireman.
The fireman. Okay, so you guys, so all y'all, you guys know of Chippendale, all that good stuff, right?
Well, there's calendars of firemen, I guess. Being hot.
Dancing bear.
It was pretty funny that episode because you get to see every firefighter, every department,
including characters that have
and this is only men. All right,
it's
only manly men. You gotta show
you ladies. This is a great episode.
Oh yeah,
I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It was great, and you even see the plague doctor captain.
Oh,
that shocked me. That scared me.
Mr. Buff JoJo character over there.
Hillerman, dude.
Absolutely.
That was terrifying.
It was so great.
They even had that dude that was a bad guy. What was his name?
The one, yeah.
No, the dude with the stars.
Yeah, he was there.
That guy.
I like how the conversation was like, we might have a chance since the first department failed.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That was a great episode.
So thankfully, like Misfit of Demon King, we also get second episode as well. And so the second episode actually has plot.
Yeah.
of course, they also showed a little bit of what the calendar was. In
In case you missed the first episode.
In case you did.
In case, that first episode of the second episode has the image, the picture they took as a squad, and they ended up being in the back of the calendar.
Yeah.
Double Cobra, baby.
Yeah, double Cobra.
Yeah, and in general, so they showed off more of kind of like what the
I think this is when we started getting plot in general.
Yeah, we started
because
getting
then
plot,
now we
'cause they were
got what's his main character?
Shinra. He goes to the.
Fourth department because he wants to talk to the
captain.
And because the captain apparently is kind of crazy. He's very crazy about the Adol links that's been going on.
That's what he wants to learn about,
Since he experienced them.
Very much so. Psychologically speaking, he's a very different person.
Yeah, so he wanted to go talk to him and see what does he know about it more in depth.
When this is happening, we see the enemy. What were their names again?
Those white cultists.
Yeah, the white cultists.
I forget.
Put it up on the screen.
Put it up on the screen.
The crazy people
from last season.
Yeah,
I thought they were called the Evangelists.
Yeah, it's the Evangelists, but they got names.
Yes,
for both of the characters. Yeah.
But yeah, he goes.
So Shinra wanted to meet up with them, but unfortunately, so the captain is again, like I said, very crazy. He wants to be burned with the fire of the Adol links. But as that was going on, Shinra is having an internal conflict, and he's hearing like a different voice from a girl that's telling him to just go crazy.
I have a feeling that's the chick up there, the one that was up there, the one covering her eyes.
No, they said that there's somebody different though. That's not her.
I don't know, man.
Oh, we don't know that.
Yeah, cause she was also controlling the two down there.
Yeah. She was also like so basically this member of the Evangelist, she has the power to possess people, and my theory is I feel like she's part of Iris's church. That's my theory, because at first Shinra looked at him. Shinra looked at her. She's like, "Sister? Wait a minute, you're not sister." That's kind of my thoughts anyway. Maybe. But anyway.
Well, probably like the oldest sister. No, that can't be. Or maybe one of the other orphans, right? The orphan sisters, I guess.
Yeah, because remember the whole orphanage got burned down.
It did. Yeah.
And the only two that survived were
the captain in the 5th department, and then
our
sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so overall, all of that was going on started making Shinra go crazy, and with that, he just goes berserk. He's full on possessed, and it's just trying to just kill everybody.
Yeah, he looked cool.
His designs and everything looked so cool.
And then every time we go in and out, and we go inside his mind, and then you see the girl just controlling him. Kind of like in Tokyo Ghoul. That scene with the purple hair glasses girl.
Oh, Toka.
No, the girl, the first girl. Oh, she's always around him and stuff. Yeah. It gave me that same vibe. I was like, wait, it seems similar. I was like, oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Trying to mess with his mind inside. Trying to enrage.
Yeah, but thankfully, luckily, Arthur was there, and Arthur just being his knightly self.
His backstory.
They showed his backstory, and
this is the first time. This is the first time we get a background story on him. Huh?
Yeah, and it turns out that Arthur was very, he's from a poor family. His mom,
Mr. Knight.
Yeah, his mom wasn't able to provide for him properly, and his dad is kind of like a deadbeat, and his dad is pretty much the whole reason why Arthur kind of has these kind of fantasies, is because the fact that if you look at this hat, son,
because he had a cowboy hat.
Yeah. And that kind of fueled his fantasy illusions types, and he basically had this whole knighthood. I'm the king and the queen and all the ballroom dancing and everything like that. And then when his parents just went up and vanished, He was just kind of.
I thought they died.
I thought so too. That's what it kind of seemed like,
But they said
But
that
they left a note,
They just
yeah.
left him, yeah.
That's kind of
it's
messed up, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But who knows? They maybe have their reasons. Maybe they turn into those demons and
That's what I was
they
thinking.
they
They
run
have the
away.
Infernals.
Oh.
But yeah, it's pretty messed up. Like, the way he had to keep himself, off, the sad stuff. He kept his whole imagination, even to right now. Like, he thinks he's King Arthur and
The round table.
yeah, the round table.
But despite that, though, it actually improves his combat performance. So in a way, these delusions are actually really helpful because
you know what's cool about him? The fact that he does like the main character himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's like he does. I feel like he hates him, but he doesn't actually hate him. He feels like if it's his friend.
They're
Yeah.
rivals.
They're rivals,
They're rivals.
They're
yeah.
comrades,
So
I guess. That's the sense I'm getting
It's
from
like
him.
a brother, younger brother, older brother kind of thing.
Yeah,
yeah, like Sasuke and Naruto.
So he's trying to no, but they're trying to get him. He's trying to get him back to
Yeah.
to
himself.
to himself because he I have a feeling he knew that he was getting controlled.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So he's like trying to talk to him. Hey, like, listen, man, come on, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
I'll kill you.
Like, what's that? All that talk about you being a hero.
Yeah.
that
and going back
woke-
to
that psyched
going
him
back.
up.
Wait. Going back to the captain. Like the captain is a masochist, man.
He's a masochist
mean
for
masochist.
the Adela link because he basically wants to just be burned.
He just wants to get hit.
He wants
no
that. He
matter
wants a
what.
taste of that Adela link, fire.
And it was
baby.
so hilarious. There was a scene where they show like the 4 characters that were all like, what was it? A warrior,
A bard,
and
and shield.
a shield,
Yeah.
and a mage, a healer. And he was pretty much the shield. So there's a scene where what's his name? Arthur just grabs the captain and puts him right in front of himself to protect himself.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Use him as an actual shield.
He was
Yeah.
loving every minute of it.
Yeah, the captain was amazed with that.
Yeah, but thankfully Shinra psychs himself out by kneeing his own face.
Yeah, he literally kneed himself. He used his Mach speed and literally kneed himself.
Yeah, and that was able to kick her out.
It's kind of like the equivalent of giving yourself a corn dog.
Honestly. But thankfully, he was able to psych himself out of it, and a little bit before that, she basically said, "Hey, I know what happened to your mom and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna tell you because you were mean to me." And so
I'm not with you
goes
no
off.
more. You
Yeah.
didn't let me control you no more.
Yeah, so she goes off.
Whoosh.
And that was the episode so far. Yeah, based off these 2 episodes, rating wise, I'd probably give it a good old 8. It was a great return to form. I really enjoyed it, and can't wait to see more of what it has to offer. I think it might also help that we technically got 2 episodes out of it, but I'm still gonna count this as kind of like one single entry because I feel like they kind of complement each other. So yeah, that's my rating, 8.
Yeah, I think this is a broken record at this point. I'm the same way with you. I give it an 8. And I say it's like a 1.5 episode. Like, you could give or take the first episode.
Yeah.
But you missed the whole comedy in the second half. But the second episode is like where the story continues.
Mm-hmm.
And I just coming back to this world of firefighters and
Oh, nice.
infernals. Yeah, it's a great return, and I can't wait to see more, especially with the opening as set up for us.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see what happens.
You, David?
For me, I give I get both episodes 8 as well.
A crazy 8.
Oh,
I was gonna give it a 7, but since episode 2 came in, I'm like,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it even more.
They came out at the same time too, so it's like it kind of helps.
So I enjoyed it. I guess I love the fact that they divide within the comedy to the seriousness to the sadness. It's just a rainbow of all emotions, I guess, throughout the 2 episodes at least. But I really enjoyed it.
yeah, man! I can't wait to see more of Fire Force.
Great start.
Yep. All right, and then the last episode of anime we're going to be talking about is not a new one, but it's a continuation. We've been talking about is The Great Pretender. But actually, no, this technically is new because
it's a new case.
It's a new case. So up until this point, we've been talking about the LA connection. But now we're going to be talking about
this
Singapore.
Is episode 6, right?
Singapore Sky, yeah. So, and it starts off great because it's similar to episode 1. It starts off with Makoto being in a very compromised situation. He's in a plane, a single-seat plane with Abby, being psychotic in a not working plane, and he's just terrified out of his mind. He looks like he's gonna die, and then the plane blows up, and then we cut to what exactly happened right when he turned in the money. And it turns out he was actually in prison. And I think the duration was like 2 years, I think, between the first case and the second. Yeah. It was like 2 years he was in prison for.
Through his crime.
He did, yeah. He wanted to pay for what he did. He did his time.
He wanted to start a new...
new honest life. And that's why he wanted to pay for what he did. And they let him go out. They let him go out of good behavior and stuff. And
that's pretty much it for the first the 6th episode. Yeah, that's his new start. He's gonna start working for a plane company as an engineer. But
the twist though is that of course Laurent, being who he is, kind of rigs the whole like mechanic job thing. It was actually the whole 2 months that Makoto came back to kind of like pick himself back up his feet to kind of like learn to become like a mechanic and stuff was all fabricated by Laurent. Yep. At this point, it shouldn't even be a surprise.
He knew the mechanics thing, but towards the end, he rigged it.
Yeah, he rigged it. He rigged everything. And they also show kind of like a cool like in between scene to kind of like what Laurent and Abby were up to.
Yeah, Laurent and Abby side quests.
They were in Las Vegas there. Previous to that, they were in Singapore, and then they were in several locations.
They were
going.
Vegas,
they were all over. They were at the island. They were at.
That's the original island they landed on.
Yeah. And
the getaway, I guess. I call it the getaway since that's where
their hideout, basically. Yeah. And they were able to con this businessman, and they were able to Robin Hood a lot of that because they were able to give this one lady that was harassed and that was fired unlawfully out of money and stuff. So
give her a break.
Yeah. But that was pretty much.
But yeah, so he ended up trying not to be, what do you call it? So he wanted to start a new life, but Lawrence is like, no,
you're too good of a cooking man.
No, you can't leave this life. You gotta stay with it.
You never left the life. Those past 2 months, they were all me, baby.
No, but the plane thing was he rigged the bomb on the plane itself.
Yeah, he messed up the engine.
Yeah, he messed up the engine itself. He fixed the plane right, but it was all planned. He planned it so it could make him look bad.
Yeah.
As a plane engineer.
Which is why when Abby pilots it, she kind of messes.
And then that's when we cut back to that scene where
we cut forward to where
the engine just misfell and then it blows up.
Yeah.
And then they just parachute out of the plane itself.
Yeah.
And I guess we get to see what their next case is, because it was basically a setup to where they're gonna do.
Pretty much, yeah, because they already had their
Formula 1
uniform
racing,
and all stuff like that. Yeah.
Involves some racing, plane racing. So yeah, that was the episode. That was Great Pretender. We made this one short.
Well, because
it was a simple episode.
It was very simple. Yeah.
Very simple.
Very simple.
Not a lot happened with the case itself.
It's like a start, literally a startup.
It's like a fresh start.
Yeah, because it's like how I feel like these are like tiny little arcs for little scenarios.
So, we just finished the LA arc and now we are going to the
Singapore. Yeah. So we're gonna see. I'm excited to see kind of like where it goes.
I wonder how they're gonna do. They're gonna pull this one off.
Yeah. And wow, the only anime where we don't have to worry about giving a rating because we're only on episode 6 for this one. All right, and so the only one bit of like anime news that we're gonna be talking about right now is So we saw that we were able to catch the trailer for Data Bullet that actually came
Data
out
Bullet,
yesterday as of this recording.
Dead or Bullets.
Well, yeah.
Great title.
And it's a
two-part
two-part movie that is actually a prequel to the Dead Alive series, and it actually covers the story of a fan favorite Kurumi.
Yes, everybody's favorite.
Yep. Including ours as well, but
yeah, the Toko was my favorite, but since season 3 was so bad to me,
Yeah.
I just lost interest in her.
Wait, who's Toka?
Oh, sorry. Oh, damn. I even forgot her name.
No,
No, was it right?
No, it is right. I'm just messing with you.
I know, man. I don't
Barely,
know,
yeah, she
man.
barely does anything.
I was upset with that season, man. But with Kurumi, she throughout the whole, I guess throughout the whole season, she was the thing that made the show entertaining. Yeah.
And she was only in 2 episodes of that season too.
Yep. Sad. So now she gets her own movie, and I gotta say, I like
2 movies.
Yeah, I like from the trailer we saw. I like the animation.
Yeah, I like the animation. The characters that they have on the roster is also really cool too.
Yeah, way better than season 3 of Dead Alive.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a return to form, and we also don't have our MC that we've seen before.
Yeah.
Here as well, because again, this is a movie pretty much on Kurumi and kind of like what led up to her shenanigans in the first season.
Yeah. Is this based off like a light novel?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I think most of them.
Most of them? Oh, okay, I don't know. I thought it was just like.
Yeah, well, we're not used.
I'll look into it and confirm if it is, but.
So that's pretty much
That
it.
is it. Yeah,
Yeah.
This is the summer, again, the beginning of the summer anime season. What do you guys think overall so far? Like based off of kind of like our pool of anime that we have here. Again, there's a few that haven't come out yet. We've already discussed, but based off what we have so far.
I guess for now, it's a small list.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It'll
You know
gradually go
the
bigger.
whole the
Pandemic.
pandemic.
Yeah. So there's not a lot. There's not a lot to go off of so far.
But so far, I guess most of them are fun.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
except like maybe one in particular.
So
that-
yeah, their God High School is like, I think the shining star
The shining star
Yeah.
so
of
far.
the
Yeah.
first episode, and obviously you have your season 2s.
our
like,
season 2s.
So you like continue on that, but other than that, everything else is okay. Other than Misfit Demon King, I don't know what y'all smoking on. That's terrible, and
Yeah.
everything else is fine. I think it's a solid season, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
Well-
All right, and so with that, that's pretty much it. Just don't forget to like the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you guys want to see more videos like this. Once again, my name is Robbie,
And this is Omar.
And this is David.
and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye bye.
Hey guys.
Laters.